on to the next step of wedding planning today, which isn't really like an agreed upon next step, but it's something that I want to do for my own sanity, and that is create a mood board for our wedding. So in case you missed it, I did upload a video a couple weeks ago about our wedding venue touring experience and like which one we picked. So that has been solidified for a little bit of time now, and I have kind of been waiting to sit down and film this video so that I can finally make a color palette. Why is my Mac being so loud? I literally only have Google open. I hope you can't hear this too much because I don't know what to do about it. Anyway, in case you missed my video a couple weeks ago where I talked through our wedding venue touring experience and all that, we have picked our wedding venue and that's been solidified for quite some time. So I've been meaning to sit down and finally film this video so that I can make a mood board and kind of just figure out what direction we want to take our wedding in. I'm just gonna close this for now. I love my Mac, but like, why does it have to be so loud for no reason sometimes? Anyway, I feel like a big part Why? I just cannot win. Y'all, I can't. I just sat down to film this video, an ambulance came by, my fridge just decided to like boot up and start making weird noises. I just like freaking got an Amber Alert on my phone. Like, oh my god, I cannot win. You can't make this stuff up. Anyway, as I've been trying to say for the past 5 minutes, I think that an important part of creating a mood board is kind of knowing your color palette and what colors you plan to have in your wedding. That being said, AJ and I, my fiance, in case you haven't ever seen a video from me before, his name's AJ, we went to Walmart just for funsies to pick out paint swatches to try and get like an idea of our wedding palette and like color scheme. And I gotta admit, it wasn't as helpful as I thought it was gonna be because there just weren't a ton of shades of certain colors. So they had like a ton of beiges to pick from, which was good because I planned to have some colors from the beige family. But one of the colors that I'm pretty sure will be in our wedding somewhere is pink because I do like pink. I plan on it being like an accent color and not the main color because I don't want it to feel super girly. I still want it to feel like elegant and more mature and neutral, but it is probably going to be a color in our wedding. But I'm very particular about what kind of pink I want. Like, I didn't want like a hot pink or magenta, like something too bold. I'm looking for more of like a light pale blush, and that did not exist at Walmart. I ended up picking very bold pinks, which is not the move I'm planning on taking. But obviously like picking these swatches wasn't like a contract. It was just for fun to kind of like get some color palette ideas going. So I just grabbed a couple pinks that were decent.
So we decided we're gonna go with these for the wedding.
I don't know
nice
if I like
theme.
those stuff inside.
So all the brides and the groomsmen are gonna wear the blueberry pie suits. And then we're gonna have kaleidoscope shirts underneath it. And probably an adventure tie. Rachel rejected all of my colors.
Update, we're struggling. We got some pretty neutrals that look nice together, plus this green. And then this is meant to like mimic a champagne color. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And then I'm stuck between pinks because I don't really love any of these. And I was honestly picturing a really light pink, but I don't like any of these. So now I'm looking at these, and I don't know. Update, I'm really indecisive, so we have 2 stacks of potential color palettes.
We should just put them up. We should tape them up on the wall and then look at them every day and see like which one, how the feelings go.
I agree.
We got the paint swatches hung up so we can look at them on the daily and see what we like better. There's option 1. Well, actually, those 2 pinks would not be together. We're trying to decide which one we like better. And then option 2, if we want to take like a more fall-y route since we're getting married in the fall. I don't know, because I've always imagined colors like this, but this is also pretty because I like fall, so I don't know. How you feeling about this decision?
I the fall is growing on me, but it's not there yet. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Because we hadn't been talking about fall colors that
Yeah.
much. But like I kind of like that orangey. It's like pumpkins and fall leaves, even though there's no fall quarter.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So that neutral color palette with the pink accent is the one that I'm leaning towards. But we also thought it'd be fun to pick out like a fall color scheme because we're getting married in October, which is a very fall-y month. So that's also a path we could take. I am leaning more towards the first option still because that's just always what I've imagined in my mind for our wedding. But I also love fall, so like I'm not fully against the fall color palette, but I don't know. I don't know if I can commit to something like that because it's just not what I've ever had in mind. All that to say, we did that a couple weeks ago because I just thought it'd be a fun way to get inspiration for the color scheme for our wedding. Also, I went on to Birdie Gray, which if you've never heard of Birdie Gray, they're like an online retailer for weddings. So they sell like bridal party dresses and ties and pocket squares and all sorts of stuff. So they're kind of like your one-stop shop for your bridal party. And they offer 3 free swatches to like test out the fabrics and the colors that they offer. So I ordered 3 of those in 3 different colors that I felt like I was mostly considering for not just bridal party, but just like accents for the wedding in general, but mostly for the bridal party. And I have them right here so I can show you guys. I haven't made any decisions on which of these I want to use, but what I do know is they will probably all make an appearance in the wedding as colors in our palette, even if I don't put the bridesmaids in them. So of course I got like a pale blush pink because, as I mentioned, that's a color I always imagined would be part of the wedding, but it needs to be a very specific shade of pink. I actually really like this one. Like, there were several options I could have chosen, but I feel like this really was the best one. And it's their mesh fabric, which I don't know much about the different fabrics, but you know, it's soft. Then I also got the champagne one, which is for some reason bigger than all the rest of them, but it is satin, which explains why there's like creases in it that are not going to come out unless I iron it, which I'm not going to because it's a swatch. But yeah, I got the champagne color, so pretty sparkly in the light. And then I got this taupe color, which is, you know, it's like slightly pink-ish maybe in certain lighting, but it's just a little more neutral, more gray, I guess. And this is the chiffon fabric. Don't know what that means, also soft. So yeah, those are the 3 swatches I picked out, and honestly, I like all of them. Like I said earlier, these will probably all end up making an appearance at our wedding somewhere, even if it's not like on the bridesmaids, but I can't decide which one for the bridesmaid. I think I've officially ruled out champagne just because it's a pretty light color and I don't want my bridesmaids to match me too much. Like, I don't want their dresses to be too similar to mine. So this one is ruled out, but definitely still going to be an accent color somewhere. And then that leaves me with pale blush and taupe. I can't decide between the 2. Like, this one would be more neutral, but also a little bit darker. This one would be slightly girlier, but hopefully not too girly because it's still a pretty pale color. And it'd be a little bit lighter and airier. I honestly can't decide. If you have an opinion, comment below because I need help. Alright, that finally brings us to the purpose of this video, which is to make a mood board. So first, I wanted to share the color palette that I've landed on thus far. So the other day I just went onto Canva and like made this little wedding color palette thing. So as you can see, I have 2 pages for my color palette because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna be so real. I don't know what's going on. Basically, I'm torn between this first one, which has like a more orangey colored pink accent, which I feel like looks really nice with all these colors, or the second one, which has like the pale blush colored accent, which I basically got from the Birdie Gray website. That's how I got that color. So it's not exact, but like it's pretty close. And yeah, I just don't know because I feel like this one is more what I was imagining, but then also this one looks nice too, so I can't decide. I cannot decide. Also, I feel like none of these colors are super accurate to like the real world, because one of them I got off of Bernie Gray's website, but like it looks different on a piece of fabric. And then like champagne, like a big part of champagne, the color is like its shine, I guess. So I'm like, how do I even put the color champagne on Canva? But whatever, we'll move on. These are the working color palettes. Now that brings us to the mood board, which is the whole purpose of this video. So I guess I need to figure out how I want to format the mood board. Like, I was kind of just imagining an entire collage of photos, like side to side, right next to each other. Oh, but something like this might be cool, because then I could get the color palette in there. I'm gonna scroll through the Canva templates for a bit and see if I can find a layout template that I like. Okay, I found several layouts I like. I don't know what to pick. I like this one a lot, but I don't think it has enough photos. Like, I feel like I want a few more than that, so probably not this one. But I found this one, which I like, and I just kind of brought this over into this one so I can put my colors in. So this one's looking promising, and I like that there's some white space to kind of break things up. I also like this one because it takes up more of the document, but still has the white borders between the photos. But there's, again, no color palette thing, so I would have to add that in somewhere. So I might just start with this one, and then if I'm not loving it, try to move on to this one and add this in. There's also this one, which is cool because it has like circles in it. But I don't know, like I love the circles, but also I kind of love the grid look, which it really doesn't matter that much. So I should just start with this and we'll see where it goes. So now the fun part, we get to look at my Pinterest board, because I do have a Pinterest board going that kind of is going to guide this mood board. I feel like you can kind of see the trends in the colors and the vibes, but we're gonna try and make it a little bit more cohesive and coherent in a mood board. Is that a mood board worthy? Not what our venue looks like, but I just love the vibes of it. So I don't know, like, if that defeats the purpose. Like, I know what our venue looks like and it doesn't look like this. Should I not put this in the mood board? But you know, it just has the vibes. You know, it has good vibes. Similarly, like something like this, like we're not getting married in front of an altar like that. our venue has something a little different, but I still like the florals and the ribbon and stuff, so like I'll still put it, I think, in case it could be incorporated into the design of our altar that we're getting married in front of, you know? Let's look for a few more. Modern barn wedding. Even though technically we're not getting married in a barn, even though that's where the whole technically we are not getting married in a barn, even though that was like the whole inspo, but close enough. Just doesn't look right. I don't know. This is way harder than you would think. Is the pink off? Like, do I need to get... Oh. Nope. I don't know. I think whenever I try to add in green, it throws everything off. Like, I'm basically putting green because it's gonna be present from the florals. And like maybe that's just throwing things off and I shouldn't have the green. Oh my gosh, I don't know. You know what? It's a work in progress. Here's my mood board as of now. I think that I need help. So if you have an opinion on the mood board or the colors, like let me know. Do you agree? Like, do the colors look off to you? Because it doesn't quite match. Like, the colors I picked out separately doesn't quite match the mood board, even though I picked it out with these photos in mind. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but it's hurting my brain and I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. So if you have any opinions, please comment and help me out. Let me know what about the mood board feels wrong. I don't know if maybe I don't need the darker colors. I don't know. Help a girl out though. And if you want to see more of my wedding planning journey, subscribe, like this video. Especially do that if you want to see better video and audio content. Literally, now that I'm ending the video, my computer just decides to calm down and quiet itself, finally. Alright, goodbye.